Exalted one, prepare my heart, draw me to your presence, exalted one. Oh, exalted one, call me by your name. I'm humbled at your feet, exalted one. Enter into the rock and hide in the doors. Create in us a holy dwelling place. For there is none like unto thee. No other God eternally. Father, you alone shall be exalted. Exalted one, prepare my heart, draw me to your presence, exalted one. Exalted one, call me by your name. I'm humbled at your feet, exalted one. Exalted one, prepare my heart, draw me to your presence, exalted one. Exalted one, call me by your name. I'm humbled at your feet, exalted one. I'm humbled at your feet, exalted one.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I think there are some technical issues. Yes, okay. Yes, there are some technical issues. I greet to all of you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Yes, Jesus Christ will continue to be the exalted one in my life and in your life. Do you know where we continue to have problem? Where we continue to have problem is where a man will become exalted in another man's life. Okay? That is where problem comes. But if all of us meet in Christ, there can never be any problem. But whereby another person a man like you and I become exalted in, maybe definitely it cannot be in my life. I believe that it cannot be in many people who have received Jesus Christ. It cannot be, another man cannot be exalted in your life. Bisola cannot be exalted in your life. And Zina Godia, Lorena Blessings, Marianne, you cannot be exalted in my life. We are all brethren in the Lord, okay? But you know, the issues that we are having in many charlatans churches is because the charlatans have become exalted in the lives of their congregation, so they can do anything. I said it over time. Yes, my guest is here. Mr. Bernard is here. Let me bring him in. Okay. If let me say, if okay, yeah, it's here. And oh, I hope this one is not okay. Let me remove it so that Mr. Bernard can comment. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here now. Can you hear me?
Please, I want you to like. Only 3 people have like and love. Please, 99 people are already, 100 people are here, and it's still counting high. Kindly like and share. Please kindly like and share. Mr. Bernard, can you connect your device so that we can hear you and we can see you? If you connect your device, then we can.
Can you hear me?
We can see you. We want to talk about the implications of Madam Evelyn. Yes, we want to talk about the implication of Madam Evelyn being in charge of the synagogue. Okay, let us put it side by side. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, so this is what we want to talk about. Is it a norm, or is it the culture of the church for the church to be inherited by the
truth is
by the children,
that
or
the way and manner the way and manner Mrs. Evelyn emerged.
Now, a lot of people are not following the scriptures. They are only following their own GO. Today, if you want to come in, yeah, I will invite anybody who wants to come in. But my chief guest is already here, and he's going to do justice to what we're going to discuss tonight. But before we discuss it, let us thank you very much, Jasha.
Bisola.
Do I pronounce your name very well?
Way and manner.
Thank you, Darimi. You're welcome. George, you're welcome. Let me appreciate my fans and the people in the house. George, I welcome you. My sister, I love. June, I welcome you. My sister Lucy, mwah, mwah, I greet you. The Kings, I greet you. Chinyere, Ehis, I greet you. A lot of things have been happening in the synagogue recently, and there's no how we will not talk about it. See, this is my book. It's written in 2015. When I wrote it, you know, there are a lot of backlash, you know, curses, abuses. But I tell you, all the things I wrote here is playing out now. It's like this book, as I said this morning, it's like this book is a book of prophecy. So things are just coming out. You know, I wrote a nephew of Timothy Joshua. I wrote about him in this book. And do you know that 2 weeks ago, the boy has been arrested over theft, So, I mean, there's no point lying. Everything will come to an end one day, all right? And all of us, we are going to face our King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Okay, so if anyone lies, won't face it. But because we have no reason to lie on anyone. Pen from US. I greet you, dearest Pen. Harriet, I greet you. I really greet you. Mr. Bernard has been an ardent follower of this platform, Freedom to the Captives. And today I'm hosting him, all right? And I would like to ask you, Mr. Bernard, if you have gotten my book. If you haven't gotten it, just send me a message. I will send you the PDF, the 3 PDF of my books. Or if you want the paperback, I will pay for the delivery. All right? And I only have 2 here. Okay? John Asigo, I welcome you here in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. My sister Progress. Thank you very much. I love you so much. Lucy, my blessed one. Thank you very much, my sister. Juliet, Bongani, how are you? I'm going to host you too one day. Yes. Mary Jane, how are you doing? Marianne, I greet all of you. Ima Emmy. Mercy P. Yeah. Johnny, I greet you. My brother, hey, it's been a long time. Jigo Zirim, Evra, it's been a long time. Where have you been? It's good you are back here. Thank you, Johnny. I greet you. Oh, Mr. Bernard, please don't go because you will soon be here now. I greet you, Daniel. I greet you. Thank you. Awe Jacob, how you doing, Awe Jacob? I greet you. My sister Grace, yes, you have been telling me here that you have been there. Yes, I can see you. My sister Grace, I appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate. Thank you very much. Ikena, thank you. I have sent the link out. If you have any opinion or suggestion or contribution, please just come in. Kafunda, I greet you, Kafunda. Okay, Kafunda. Yeah, Kafunda. Yeah, I greet you, Mulalo. I greet you. Lauren, I think I've greeted you before. I want to greet you again. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you. Please share. Share. Please, I want you to share. Share. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my guest. You know, in Nigeria, internet is not easy. Yay, Chioma, I greet you. Chinedu, how you doing? Peter, you're welcome. Jovin, Beatrice, I greet all of you. The emergence of Madam Evelyn as the CEO of Synagogue Church of All Nations. And for the first time in history, I'm hearing that a dead man will continue to be the GO, General Overseer of a place. I mean, it's really pathetic. I understand that.
Hello, Bisola, can you hear me? So what I was saying is that Evelyn was never in your kind of
to be the general overseer.
There is no clip where she was doing deliverance.
I mean, these people, when they are
there was no clip where she was doing
outside,
deliverance.
I don't know if they read their Bible. I don't know if they think.
Can you hear me?
They bring people together. Yes, I will call you in, Mr. Bernard. I will call you in. I will call you in. Just give me some time. Let me do my intro, all right? So, you know, this is the first time I'm hearing that, okay, my sister Lucy, she said this is ancestral worship. Yes, no wonder they gave him so much, you know, place to bury it, and, you know, it's, yeah. Let Mr. Bernard just, you know, be patient with me. Just be patient with me, okay, Mr. Bernard? Just be patient with me, okay? Yes, you should be patient. Just be patient. I will give you platform. We are not hearing each other. I think that's the problem. I will give you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Just wait. Just wait. Thank you. So yes, someone is saying let Evelyn enjoy her husband's wealth for once. Nobody says she shouldn't. Nobody says she shouldn't. Bless one. Looks, you are not hearing what we are talking about. You know, it looks you are not hearing. No one says she should not enjoy her husband's wealth. Even before the husband died, she had been enjoying it, okay? Even before the husband died, she has been enjoying it. What we are talking
Bisola,
about,
can you hear me?
How do they move forward? So now, she said she wants to be the CEO and the leader of the synagogue. So today, we want to talk about the intrigues and the implications, okay? I will give my guest platform in order to introduce himself and to make his introduction. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Looks we can't communicate. Go ahead.
Bisola, can you hear me? Okay, so the implications are ominous for true Christianity. The implications of the events of Evelyn, jump.
Yes. Okay, it's at the time that he said, go ahead.
Primordial sentiments, because the emergence of this woman, Evelyn, is biological. Leadership of a religious organization is not sexually transmitted. It is not maritally transmitted. It is transmitted by efficiency. It is transmitted by devotion. And here, Fatai had people who have invested their lives. I don't want to say who have wasted their lives to build that organization or that industry called Synagogue. Today, it's a successful organization, grossing millions of dollars every year. Now, this money is not supposed to be appropriated by a family. This money is supposed to belong to the organization. It's supposed to be used for the interest of the organization. So now, saying, oh, Evelyn should take over, is his husband's money. No, church money is not the pastor's money. We must clear this we must clear this out. The emergence of Evelyn is bad for Christianity. It is bad for religion. That's the implication. her emergency is bad. If she were walking hand in hand with Fatai, it would have been understandable. But this was a woman who was a backbencher. She was not committed. Even insiders' reports indicate that this woman was not showing interest. Even the last interview of Fatai, Fatai confessed himself that succession is not based on family. And Fatai himself said Evelyn that Evelyn is not showing passion for synagogue. So the implement as the pastorally business, because it is not the family that contributed that money, it is the congregation. So a church should be the property of the congregation. So the implication is not good. That is one. Then two, the way this woman became the head of the church is through the sleight of hand. It's through the back door. She used law enforcement and the justice system. She got the disciples arrested and intimidated. She brought the police into the church. So the church could not even handle succession on their own, as big as that church is. She had to go to the police. And she had to call a dog a bad name to hang it, alleging that those people embezzled money. Which money did they embezzle? So TB Joshua will keep cash inside his office. Is that the way to run an organization in these modern times, in this cashless economy? Have they charged the disciples to court? The disciples are not Nigerians, most of them. They are not Nigerians, so they were intimidated for this woman to take over. And this is not right. This is wrong. These people are slaved for Fatai. They've worked for Fatai. Some of them have not married. Some of them have divorced their wives for Fatai. We see them because synagogue is a public church. It's a television church. So there's nothing that can be hidden about synagogue. Even when I posted the day they were doing his lying in state, when I posted that, there was confusion. A lot of my Facebook friends, they cut it out, playing out. And let me something, Bisola, are going to court. The court has no power to make somebody a trustee. You have to publish it in 3 dailies, 3 national dailies for 21 days. It is illegal, it is null and void. It is illegal, null and void. That's not the procedure. It is the Corporate Affairs Commission. It is CAC that has the power to remove a trustee or to appoint the disciples, mocking at them, chasing them out of the place. Is that how a Christian should behave? Is that how a Christian should behave? To raise a mob against people? I know that the foundation of the synagogue church is shaky, because Fatai started the church when he became an acolyte to Professor Pella. After Fatai left where he was working in the Gondu there in the poultry, he started following Professor Pella, the magician, up and down. It was from there he got the inspiration to set up synagogue. So he started synagogue purely with the motive of making money. So the foundation is shaken. That's why the whole fight today is all about money. It's not about souls. It's not synagogue is not about souls. Synagogue is a money-making machine.
Looks like our guest network is really bad. I'm thinking of maybe I'm going to do this for the first time. I'm going to do this for the first time. Maybe we should reach out to one another and we should get somewhere in order to do this interview on one-on-one. Yes, and do this interview on one-on-one. Number one, what I got out of what he's saying now is that there is injustice against those disciples. I've started speaking to one or two of them. You know, they have been brainwashed about me. You understand? You know, they have stayed there behind and they have been brainwashed about me. That this is who she is, you know, and it will take them some time in order to even wake up from reality of the synagogue. Okay, so that, but nevertheless, you remember some of us on this platform, we have been praying and fasting for them. Me, I've never fasted for myself for more than 7 days before, but for them I have fasted 30 days. You understand? Praying that the Lord will set them free. And the Lord works in diverse ways. You know, there are different ways God works. It could be that the way they were thrown out, that's the way, you know, God wants them to, you know, to get out of that place. But I tell you, naturally speaking, there is injustice against those people. If any of you have gotten this book, you know, I really serialize different things going on in the synagogue. And even with this one, I have updated the one on Amazon, okay? The one on Amazon is more updated than this. But nevertheless, I've serialized everything going on in the synagogue. And this, my book, this book is more than me. This is global book. This is global book. I've been looking for, you know, in South Africa, whereby some people will come forward and they will translate this book in their own language. Or in Kenya, somebody has come forward, and another person in Cameroon. You understand? This book needs to go all over the world. Why? Not because, you know, because of TB Joshua alone, but because of the lesson we are going to take out of this. so that in years to come, we will use this to teach our children and our children's children, so that they will not fall into things like TB Joshua. Okay? So back to what I was saying. There's injustice on those people. Because according, to what happened that I experienced, if you know what those disciples went through in the hands of TB Joshua, you will not, nobody, no same person will support Evelyn. When I was there, during the time of the training, I have been laid on the floor like this with koboko on my back. With koboko, I was not a young girl. I've grown with koboko on my back in order to train me not to do some things. Somebody entered into the studio. Taye is late now. He wiped up mistakenly. Maybe he does not understand the machine I was using. So because I have stayed in the studio for many days, he was one of the camera guy. So I asked him to sit down to watch the recording I was doing. I said I wanted to go to the ladies. I excused myself to go to the ladies. I've been doing like this on the seat for many hours. I couldn't stand up. But when I saw him, I said, Taye, please sit down. I want to go to the ladies. Before I returned, I don't know what Taye pressed. All the things I did was wiped off. And the moment TB Joshua returned from the mountain, Taye reported himself, and I had to go on the floor to learn the lesson that I must not leave my duty post for anybody. I was beaten with koboko, lashes of koboko on my back. And while he was hitting me, the tip of the koboko hit my skirts, and my skirts moved with the koboko. All my bum bum was shown to the men and the women sitting down, over 200 people. These are the type of discipline those people received. Are we talking about when TB Joshua is having sexual urge? Evelyn will not be around. He doesn't even go near her, except anytime they want to have children. If one of those false prophets, get to him and said, God wants to give you a male child, that is when Fatai will call Evelyn. And after doing it, she'll get pregnant. And at every time, it's always female she gets. So as TB Joshua deceived people, people also deceived him. Okay? People also deceived him. You understand? So these people,
can you hear me now?
Lots of disciplines, and they have learned also every service day. It is those people that usually go outside the gate to meet the sick people. At this time, I'm talking about 4 a.m., 5 a.m. At this time, Evelyn will be in her room sleeping. She only go to the service maybe around 9 or around 10. So these disciples are the ones that interact with sick people. They are the ones that will that will snitch from the sick people information and take it to TB Joshua in his office or in his bedroom. Okay? And when TB Joshua enter into the service and during prophecy time, these are the informations that he normally use to give to people. So they work hand in hand. In TB Joshua's lifetime, he cannot make Evelyn to be, leader of synagogue. He cannot even get to her. Okay, and she too, she knows when they are having disciples meeting, if she likes, she join them. If she doesn't like, and the time that she will be forced to join them are the times that they want to report her. Maybe she did something wrong, and instead of TB Joshua to say, okay, whoever has a case against her, bring the information to the office, call her so that we settle it. No, they correct her openly. And she, is made known to her that, come, you are not better than anybody here. And the disciples have been living with TB Joshua many years, even before Evelyn joined living. They got a house outside the synagogue. Okay? They got a house outside the synagogue. And how they met, we have done it on this program many times, that people that knows them, you understand, at the beginning, somebody said, I was not there. Somebody said Evelyn was dating a guy who worked in an oil company. And the family of the guy do not want their son to marry Evelyn, because Evelyn, didn't go to tertiary institution. So Evelyn, got to that junction in her life that she needed a prayer contractor. She needed spiritual arranger to arrange it so that the man can marry her. Unfortunately, or whatever, fortunately, she was directed to TB Joshua, and that was how TB Joshua turned it around and say she become the wife without marriage certificate. There's nothing they cannot do in synagogue. Evelyn must have gone to get herself a certificate, because we are living in Nigeria in this climate. You can get anything. That is why they got her into the trustee by the back door. Judiciary in Nigeria is not straightforward. They can do any judgment, even in the night, while people are sleeping. You understand? So they got her in. I remember, is in my book here, the first time, this was in 2006. Yeah, was it 2006? When a situation happened that TB Joshua was taken to court because he had sexual relations with some underage girls. So some members of the synagogue, some members of the synagogue, they follow her. So they reported the situation to her. So she now went to meet Fatai and cry on him and say, okay, whatever happened, I'm going to support you as a wife. But, what you are doing is unfair, blah, 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 blah. Because Evelyn told me, herself. So because of that, in order to pacify her, TB Joshua now called Lawyer Ojo. It was Lawyer Ojo, Olalekon Ojo, a man whose eyes is like mine. Yeah. So he called him in and said they should put Evelyn's name into the trustee. Okay. And we were in that department. We took the paper to our bedroom, in our apartment upstairs to sign. And because, you know, she thought, oh, she too, she's getting into synagogue documentation, she was happy, so she calmed down. But immediately after that, you know, Fatai being who he was, he expunged the name out. Some people may be believing that their name is still inside the trustee document. Like Olamide Big, her name was in the document for a long time. My name was never there. Olamide Big, her name was there a long time. Mrs. Adebayo, and she was the secretary. Fatai removed her name accordingly. She did not even know. She was not even aware. Anytime Fatai signed check, Mrs. Adebayo will co-sign it. And after some time, you know, TB Joshua sent Mrs. Adebayo to Ghana. It was when she was in Ghana for like 2 years, her name was expunged. So TB Joshua usually change names, you know, if they want to, if anybody, they want to arrange somebody to go for visa or passport, you know, we have they have a department that, you know, some people man. You understand? So even sometimes you may not even know that your name is among the trustee. So after some time, you know, what we did when I was there was that we collected everybody's signature and we put that signature into the computer. So anytime they need it, they will just, you know, print it out. So that you will not know that your name is in the trustee, so that it will not give you, you know, this kind of, swollen head. Because something happened at a time. There was a man called Solomon Ozzy. Solomon Ozzy took TB Joshua to court over these trustee issues. You understand? So because when Solomon Ozzy is a graduate of, I think, one of the university, I can't remember now. So anytime TB Joshua
Ozzy David, Solomon Ozzy David
to do some things to do. It was Solomon Ozzy usually called because it's well read. So then whenever they are together, TB Joshua will be promising him a lot of things. It was Solomon Ozzy who usually read his newspaper to him. Okay? So because TB Joshua was, you know, an illiterate, you understand, until later when he started brushing himself up. So after some time, Solomon Ozzy became disgruntled because of this TB Joshua's ways, and he left. So when he left, he went to court and said, this synagogue, we all have it together. He needs some shares. And they went to court, and TB Joshua had to use some policemen to threaten the guy's life. In fact, they almost killed him one time. A policeman called him and said, if you love your life, they have paid, TB Joshua has paid us for your life. So if you love your life, don't come to court again. So ever since, TB Joshua usually change trustees' name. I don't even know the names of the two people that, you know, that he left before he died. Okay, so this is the situation. I think those disciples, if those disciples should go to court and they should contend it, okay, those disciples, they should go to court because they have stayed in the synagogue many years. You know, their pictures have been buried there that they couldn't even go out. Many of them, I believe many of them will still be in hotel by now because they have sent their parents away. Their parents have, you know, denied them. Everybody has gone their way. Like that Olamide Big and our sister Folake. You understand? And many of them, or Abeni, or, you know, Yinka this, Yinka Oduwole, you know, TB Joshua started sleeping with Yinka's mother before he graduated into sleeping with Yinka. Yinka was brought into the disciple quarters because she was a bedwetter. And even for many years, she continued to bedwet. You know, I don't know after I've left if she has stopped or not. You understand? But, you know, she grew to a certain level because anytime Fatai want to go into the service, Yinka was one of those people you will call to sleep with before he enter into the service. Fatai must sleep with a girl before he enter into the service, into general service. Okay? We're going to have Akewi back. Or we are going to have Akewi back, and we're going to do it, you know, right, so that you can hear him clearly. All right? So let's my brother continue talking. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Mr. Bernard, go ahead.
Should I speak? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Bisola, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So the conclusion of the matter is this: a church is not a family business, but a wife can take over, a son can take over if he is qualified, or if the founder gives him or her the leverage. In the case of this woman, Evelyn, TB Joshua was always suspicious of him. They never worked hand in hand. And it is very interesting to know she was not a trustee. Instead, TB Joshua used one Nikon Pope and one of his daughters as trustees, and himself. So she just wanted to have, you know, the organization and destroy it because she's bitter with TB Joshua. Evelyn is not happy with TB Joshua. It is not the disciples she's fighting, you know. It's TB Joshua she's fighting. You will see what will happen. Synagogue, this is the beginning of the end. This woman has never been happy with the husband because she has been marginalized, dehumanized, and maltreated. I agree. If you are a close watcher of Synagogue, you know that she has been disrespected, not only by Fatah himself, but by the disciples. They look down on her. So even if you look at the marriage of the daughter Sarah, it was not with TB Joshua's blessing. So they are just there as artificial husband and wife. They did not have any spiritual pact. So it is the disciples that were close to him until the last day. And the disciples struggled to take over the church. They ran the church. They built his tomb. Immediately after the death of TB Joshua, they were running Emmanuel TV. And they were doing well, pushing the agenda, pushing the deception. Only for this woman to gang up with people and kick them out. So the way and manner she kicked them out is wrong. And like I said earlier on, the courts cannot make you a trustee. It is CAC that makes you a trustee. And you publish it in a newspaper for 21 days. So she used the court, she used the EFCC, she used law enforcement, you know, to get to the office of a leader of the church. And look at what she was saying that day, that TB Joshua remains the general overseer. How can a dead person be a general overseer. If you look at that her press statement, it was very shaky. People were supposed to stand behind her. Nobody was. Her statement was very, very childish. You could see fear in her. You could see that this is a battle-weary woman who has fought a battle into this position, who is not spiritual. She could not even deliver her text properly. So there are two implications here. Number one, a lot of family members who want to take over, seeing what has happened in synagogue, at the demise of the general overseer, which is wrong, at the detriment of people who are enslaved. Because what has been happening in synagogue, only TB Joshua cannot do it. TB Joshua had people who were working to create, the gimmicks, to create the deception. So these people, you cannot just throw them into the streets. So the way and manner some of the ladies were shamed out of the place is wrong. A lot of people working for different pastors now should be careful, because one day what has happened to the disciples of TB Joshua will also happen to you. Because with what is happening in synagogue today, it is clear that Christianity has become a family business, especially the Pentecostal variant. Even the Aladura Church, Celeste Church, when Oshofa died, it was Bada that took over. His son was one of the shepherds. That's Emmanuel, who is not the shepherd. Another person took over after Bada before it got to the turn of Emmanuel. So even ordinary white garment church like Cele, the succession was smooth. It was smooth. There was no police case. There was no court matter. Yeah, but now look at TB Joshua with all its magnificence. Look at the dirty way. Look at the dirty and nasty way the succession has taken place. The succession has taken place in a very, very nasty way. So for me, it's illegal. If the disciples have the guts to go to court, they will remove that woman. If they go to court, they will remove that woman. But he has already broken their spirit. And most of them, their passports have been seized. I mean, the expatriates. Most of them, their immigration statutes are shaky. So she's also going to use immigration to fight them and deport them. The next thing you will see now, they will deport all those international evangelists, all those foreign evangelists. They will be deported. And at the end of the day, what will become of synagogue? Synagogue will become a shadow of itself, because synagogue is not a church that depends on the word of God, that depends on the word of knowledge. Synagogue is driven by signs and wonders. Synagogue is driven by prophecy. Synagogue is driven by miracles. Can Evelyn be able to manipulate those things? The answer is no. The answer is no. No, now there are stories about aeroplane, that the disciples wanted to sell the aeroplane. All those are lies. All those they are not true. Which aeroplane do they want to sell? Which money is inside TB Joshua room that they stole? Those are not true. Leaders of religious organizations should be truthful. Who will steal those money? Those people, those white men, they will break it and steal money, and 20 of them will divide the money. How much? Let me tell you something. Even TB Joshua himself was overrated. TB Joshua was overrated. The money people think TB Joshua has, he doesn't even have that kind of money. Let me tell you. How much is he grossing in? So people are thinking maybe 1 billion naira, 1 billion. TB Joshua is not as rich as we think. How much was he paying the disciples? Is it not $8 a day? Many of them there were earning 30,000 naira a month. Like those ladies that go to the airport to pick the visitors. It's 30,000 they pay them a month. How much does he pay them? How much does he make? Is that not why whenever he's broke, you will see him selling money water? Anytime there's no money in his hand, he will come out that there's new money water to raise money. How much comes from the partners? How much? It is the more you look, the less you see. Most of the disciples working for TB Joshua, they are not working for him because of money. They are working for him because they believe in him, because they love him. because they are caught in the web of his deception. They look at him like a reincarnated Jesus Christ. They fear him. Even the white men, they tremble before him. They tremble. TB Joshua was able to build a cult personality. He was running synagogue with fear, not love. When you see him on television sharing rice, she giving money and smiling. That is not what happens inside the synagogue. Inside the synagogue, in disciples' meeting, in his interaction with disciples, he wears the rod. He's a slave master. He's a slave driver. Bisola, you were there now. You know that discipleship in synagogue is not milk and honey. It is not a walk in the park. You are like a slave. You are like a slave. Can't you even see that this man, who is now wise man Daniel now, as we speak, was demoted as a wise man, and he started carrying microphone. He was humiliated. That's why he left to start his own ministry, wise man Daniel ministry. Most of the disciples were dehumanized and humiliated. And now Evelyn has continued the humiliation of the disciples. One would have thought that Evelyn will come in, speak with them with love. Evelyn will say, okay, you people can run the church, create a structure. You will be the senior prophet. You will be the deputy senior prophet. I will be the chairman of the board. Do it in a decent way. Who is Evelyn to become the leader of synagogue? What does she know? Does she know the secrets of Fatai? Does she know anything about Fatai? Apart from the fact that Fatai was a so-called husband, because we have no picture of their marriage. Google, you will never see anything about their marriage. The woman is from Delta State. TB Joshua traveled there to pay bride price one day. Did he? He just simply kept her in, just to have a profile that he has a wife. Like when he was given an award as by Yaradua, you know, he had to send her, go and do it. If he's traveled, she will say, I will go with you. I will go with you. It's okay, let us go. She was a ceremonial wife. She was not a next in command to him. If you go to Dunamis now, you will see that the wife of Enenshe is the next in command. It's clear. Is the next in command. If you go to Winners Chapel, you will see Winners Chapel, David Apioye is his vice president. There's a structure. It is out of insecurity that TB Joshua never created a structure. It was even by force. It was by force that he raised wise men. And after some time, when the wise men were becoming popular, he started intimidating them, punishing them. The same thing he's doing. When the wise men will do it, he will humiliate them publicly and downgrade them. So TB Joshua is afraid for anybody to rise higher than him. That's why he did not create a structure. So I want to use this broadcast to encourage pastors, create a structure. Look at in synagogue now, who is the treasurer? If they want to sign money for anything, it's TB Joshua. They want to buy anything, it's TB Joshua. They want to buy camera, TB Joshua. No structure. Who is the secretary of the church? Who is the secretary? So there is no structure. The church is just built on straw. That is why this problem is there. And I'm telling you, it is very. Look at the broadcast of Evelyn. Evelyn could not say that is his first broadcast. He's supposed to say, okay, we are going to open the church on so-so day. We are going to start worship on so-so day. Even when TB Joshua saw that his health was failing, he was scared. He did not even want to run the church anymore. TB Joshua was about to close the church. That's why he was talking about interactive prayer sessions that don't come again. Stay where you are. That day TB Joshua died, if you saw him, he was holding the pillars. He was weak. You could see that he was sick. He was fragile. When he saw he was about to collapse, that's when he ran out of the what do you call it, the partners meeting that he was holding in that that is a mountain place. That is mountain place. In short, when I looked at it, I wanted to weep that day. I said, oh, see how the mighty are falling. In short, from TB Joshua, I've learned a lesson. I'm not interested in drawing crowd. I'm not interested in money. All that is vanity. All the money TB Joshua acquired, all the crowd, where are they now? Where are they? What shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? What are they? All of us will die one day. I'm not saying I'm happy about his death. Me, I will die myself. I'm not happy about his death. But all this desire to acquire earthly things, they are carnal. They are carnal because you begin to do dirty things. Because you want to draw crowds, you begin to do dirty things. Look at the prophecy TB Joshua made that coronavirus will end on that date. It did not work. Look at that building that collapsed. He did video auditing. You were working in the video department. He audited an aircraft flying on top of the building. TB Joshua told a lot of lies. Over 100 people died in that fatal building collapse. He never apologized. TB Joshua never said, I'm sorry to date. I hear that the families of those people, they want to sue Synagogue right now. They want to sue Synagogue because what TB Joshua did, he was building the church. He was increasing the floors. White people were living in the building. Is that not greed? Because he was collecting $800 per visitor. That's how he was making his money, collecting $800 per every foreign visitor. And that day, there were over 100 and something people in that very hostel. And the building collapsed.
Yeah.
That is how he played. He was using lawyers as the Lagos state government wanted to prosecute him. He was using lawyers, using money. In short, he wanted to run to Haiti. He wanted to run to Haiti. It was people like Dele Momodu that encouraged him, that gave him hearts, that told him that no worry, we'll back you up. If not, he wanted to run. TB Joshua does not have hearts. When he saw the heat, he wanted to run. He was planning to go and, just like what Jim Jones did when he ran away from America to Guyana, TB Joshua wanted to run to Haiti. He has already sent advance team to Haiti and relocate because he got information that he may be jailed by the Lagos state government. But when Goodluck Jonathan visited him, Goodluck Jonathan is another funny character. You see that disaster there. You are the president of the country. You have intelligence report. You came there to visit him, to tell him you are sorry. Without visit of Goodluck Jonathan, the hands of the Lagos state government was folded. They could not do anything to prosecute TB Joshua about that collapsed building. How can a man of God, after 100 something people died, no aeroplane will fly without clearance from the appropriate aviation?
Our guest has said a lot of things, and sorry, the network was not very friendly on his side. I believe it will still come back again. Okay, I believe it will still come back again because it's making great points. But just if anyone who has never lived in the synagogue talk, yes, they can talk very closely, but those people who are live there, they will know that some things may not be accurate. Okay, yes, somebody was saying that Yinka is cutting her head low like Evelyn. Let me tell you the truth. It was Yinka that started cutting her head low even before Evelyn started. So you people, you have been deceived by whatever you see on TV. Okay? So if you need information, please ask those people that have information. Yes, if I have my way, I don't know. I don't know if I can. If I should get in between the fires, okay? Because they can't do anything. But I don't know. I can just advise those people that they should go to courts and they should contend it in courts. They should contest it. Sorry, they should contest it in courts. All right. And after TB Joshua died, during his burial, lots of big wigs in the society were invited for the burial, even by default, because he has interacted with many of them. So they visited the synagogue. So because of this visitation, many of them, they have interaction with Evelyn. And I believe that it's many of them that are giving her this support against the disciples of our late husband. Okay? And see, somebody sent me a message. She said, quote, she said, on that day that those people were thrown out, that Evelyn sent message to some of the members that she wanted to see them. So those are the people that boo those disciples. So she invited them in order to disgrace the disciples in the presence of those members. Those members who have some sympathy for her. So she invited them to be on ground, because I was wondering, what are the members doing in the synagogue that has been under lock and key for many months? Then this person sent me a message. He said in that very day, they were invited by phone calls. They were invited. These are the people Evelyn must have told that the disciples do not like her. How will disciple like you when your husband hates you? It was what the TB Joshua told the disciples, or make the disciples to understand that they are acting out. Take for instance, when I was in the synagogue, I was at a time the head of studio. One day, Evelyn came into the studio to sit down, because at that time, studio was the only place that has air conditioner. So she sat down, enjoying the air conditioner and watching a movie or a program. Then while TB Joshua just passed, he doesn't knock. He just opened the door suddenly and he saw her sitting. He closed the door. After some time, I was sent for, and he warned me that anytime I see her there again, you will be in trouble. So what do you expect me to do? She later came back another time. I walked her out. Will she take it on me? She shouldn't take it on me. She should take it on her husband. What about a time that she needed money for her children to go to school? And she entered into TB Joshua's bedroom because she needed the money. TB Joshua looked at her that, so you can come into my bedroom without asking the boys at the door? She said, yeah, because of, TB Joshua looked at the boys standing. Say, I will ask my boys to beat you. This is not hearsay. This is what I witnessed. She said, no, they cannot. So TB Joshua looked at the one standing. It was Said who came forward and pushed her. As Said pushed her, she hit Said. TB Joshua said, you beat my disciple. Said beat her. Said beat, slaps. Bah, 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 bah. This is exactly what happened. So it wasn't the fault of those disciples. They were acting the script of their master. You understand? So if they are doing certain meeting, there is particular meeting. If she enter, everybody become mum. Everybody will not say anything until TB Joshua will ask. She said, yes, sir. She said, yes, sir. She put sir. She said, okay, let me finish with them. Immediately, he will say, let me finish with them. He will be looking at her. She knows that she should step out. You understand? She knows she should step out. Sometimes, if she enter to see him, the disciples who are the inner caucus, there are some disciples that they are inner caucus. If they like, they stay. If they like, they go. It's only the matured ones who will just excuse them. But other ones, they will stand. Whatever you want to say, say. And their master will not send them away. Okay? It's only after the first daughter has gone to school, you understand, has gone to university and returned. That's when, if they want to see him as a family, they will target that time. They will target the time. Okay? They will target the time to see him. So the disciples being rude to her is not their fault. That's the way TB Joshua wanted it. They never lived together. You know, for many years, they rented house for her outside the synagogue. It was later, maybe around maybe 2003 or so, that she was brought in. 2003, she was brought in. And they have, she has, you know, a place that she stay. Sometimes if it's money due, she needs to collect money. Miss Adebayo was in charge of money. That woman that has goiter. Even there was a time, Evelyn too, you know, goiter was growing. They said she had thyroid. They have to fly her outside the country to do the operation. You understand? You see, her last child was using glasses. Even the first child, Sarah, she couldn't see, she cannot see very well. She's using contact lens. That's why when all the evangelists are preaching, you have never seen Sarah come out to preach. You know, TB Joshua didn't include her name in the trustee. So for her to behave the way she's behaving now means that she has even disrespected the person she called my love. Because if that one was alive, she can never be. Even I understand that there is a video that one even say it verbally for everybody to hear. That she cannot, she's not online. You understand? And those people who are saying maybe between the wise men, please stop giving wrong information. The moment you step outside the synagogue, you are out. That is why I was even looking for that video. That is why during the burial, you see those wise men like John Chi, like Christopher, like Daniel, like Harry from Greece. You know that they were not included by the graveside. They usually play bad politics in the synagogue. If you are in, you are in. The moment you step out, even if you are in, maybe you offended TB Joshua and they ask you to go and stay at the car park, you don't join other disciples to do some things. You remember during that burial, because those people have left, they were inside the crowd. They were among the crowd. They were not with the other disciples by the graveside. I will get that video and bring it out. Okay? So they cannot be among those people that will be choosing to come back to be in charge of the synagogue. All right? They cannot be among those ones. And as I tell you before, being a wise man or a junior prophet does not make any meaning inside the synagogue. It's only having meaning to you that are watching Emmanuel TV. All disciples are equal. All disciples are equal. It's only that because maybe people are thinking, oh, you are the only one doing it all this time. That is why he picked them up in order to deceive you. And I have done that video. Go and check it in my archive. That those five wise men are not the first one TB Joshua will anoint. Remember, I said it started from prophecy. Prophecy. Many of you don't know them. See, that synagogue has history. And it has to, you have to listen to those people that know the history, not people who watch what is going on TV and they want to, bring their opinion. No. Prophecy, Agomo, Benson, Austin, Bayode, Benson is dead now, right? He died right in front of TB Joshua. Mr. F.O. John. Mr. F.O. John was the one that took his picture into TB Joshua's groove and they pour maybe oil or blood. We don't know. Then Mr. Ben too, F.O. John died too. Mr. Ben, a Ghanaian, they call him choir master. He also died. He died a month before TB Joshua died. Then after those ones, then the white people came. When we talk about Chris, even before Chris time, we're talking about Chris' brother, that is David, and David's wife, Angelique. Then another one, Suzel, the one that TB Joshua went to sleep with in Cape Town, that made it possible, that made it that TB Joshua couldn't enter Cape Town until he died. If he entered Cape Town, they will arrest him. Then after Suzel, they call another one, Angela. Angela is still is among those ones who still stay in the synagogue. Then with Angela, Racine. Then Annika. Annika is another one who went to UK to tell the story that TB Joshua had sexual intercourse with her. Then another one, Zibrand. Zibrand is a South African. Then another one, not Catherine. I always mix her name up with Catherine. Catherine. Then another one who is now she's now a lesbian now. She's now a lesbian now. She's in UK. These are the people. Then after those ones, okay, there's another one, Mr. Keats. And Mr. Keats has a son called Neil. Because Neil, she is an half-caste. And, TB Joshua likes shiny things. So at a time, he said he wanted to return to UK. So TB Joshua made him a junior prophet. So all these names have been counting. They are going to 20. Okay? So then after those ones, then it now became Chris. John Chi. John Chi was in my class. I coordinated John Chi. He was a youth in my class. Then John Chi. Then Daniel. Then Harry. Okay, before Harry, there's another one. Andre. You know, Andre is from, you know, not Albania. Yes. Andre is from Albania, but he married to a Greek woman. Okay? So, but when they sent Andre to Greece to go and start a branch, there were lots of reports about him that he was just sleeping with all the girls, taking after the master. There was a time the authority in Greece, you know, all these countries, they are not like Nigeria. So authority in Greece, they shut the church down. So then Harry, Chris, Christopher, Daniel, and Racine joined them. Racine came from among the junior prophets. He joined them. Then Angela didn't join them again. It's like she stopped praying, you know, doing the activities of junior prophets. All those girls, Fatai, you know, sleep with them. Okay? So then after some time, when John Chi left, because of, you know, he wanted to get married, and TB Joshua said no. You see now, Christopher has not married, Daniel hasn't married. Somebody contacted me and said they want to talk about Christopher on my platform. They said there is a girl called Joy in his ministry, that Joy is the one controlling him. They are not married officially, just like TB Joshua and Evelyn, but they are living together. So if baby come now, you now say my wife. Is that how it's written in the Bible? Is that the precedent you want to leave for your members? Huh? So after John Chi left, because he wanted to get married, he impregnated a girl called Mercy inside the synagogue. And after some time, they aborted it as usual. And John Chi married another girl called Wumi. We understand that it was a kind of spiritual arrangement Wumi did, because when a girl called Bosse Agbari went to meet them in Cameroon, Bosse Agbari that had been in the synagogue for many years, they said she has a fibroid, and they took two large fibroid out of her stomach. So all people who have been traveling from 7 land and 7 rivers to go to synagogue because of your fibroid issue. TB Joshua's disciple has fibroid. They took her to the hospital. Get sense. They took her to the hospital. So after some time, her stomach becoming big, they sent her away, and she left for Cameroon. And she said when she got to Cameroon, she saw Wumi, John Chi's wife, visiting an herbalist. That's why she left there. So when John Chi left, Fatai TB Joshua was disappointed. He asked all of them to stop praying or enchanting, because I call them enchanter. So then he said they should be carrying microphone. He reduced them. Then one day, Harry was just sitting down and other disciples were walking. So TB Joshua peeped from the window and saw him. And he called Yinka, because Yinka, you know, she's bold. He said, Yinka, go and insult Harry. That's the way, that's the politics they play there. So Yinka just go, when. Harry, what are you doing here? He said, I'm a wise man, I'm resting. He said, who made you wise man? Who made you wise man? Other disciples are walking and you say, what wise man? What wise man are you doing? So Harry felt offended. I went to report to TB Joshua and said, Yinka insulted him. So he said, he insulted you. TB Joshua is a double face. He insulted you. Go and call me Yinka. So while Ari was looking for Yinka, TB Joshua called another disciple. Go and meet Yinka and tell her when they come here in my presence, he should insult Ari again. Then TB Joshua pretended as if, he's waiting for them. So when they enter into his office, Yinka first took the back door. Ari was stopped at the door, in front of the door, that TB Joshua is busy inside. Not knowing to Ari that TB Joshua was seeing Yinka because Yinka took the back door. So TB Joshua told him that if he enter here, insult him. So go, join him. That's the way he behaved. So Yinka now went another way, and two of them entered together, and they kneel down. So TB Joshua said, yes, any problem? He said, Ari said Yinka insulted him. TB Joshua look at Yinka and say, why? So then Yinka, because they have discussed before. So Yinka said, this man is very lazy. I think they should send him home. He's claiming that he's a wise man, and there's no wise man here. So then TB Joshua now said, okay, it's all right. Ari, it's all right. Yinka is all right. Go. So Ari felt more insulted and said, is that what you are going to say? Ari confronted him. Is that what you are going to say? Greek people, they have bad temper. He said, is that what you are going to say? He banged the table on him, on TB Joshua, and said, he is leaving to his hometown that day, to his country that day. So, and TB Joshua calmed him down. And he said, no way, he has been insulted, blah, blah. All the Greek, citizens, they were like 8. They said they were living with Ari. That very night, their ticket was bought. These are the things many of you don't know. Okay? Their ticket was bought, and they took them to the airport. That was how Ari left. But when he got to, Thessalonica, TB Joshua continued sending him money, and, so they continue having some interaction. So then, when those men are stepped down, TB Joshua stepped them down, he now used Yinka. You understand? He used Yinka. So he brought Yinka in, and he brought Anne in. Then Angela, because Angela has stayed a long years. TB Joshua is using something against Angela. When Angela visited the synagogue, he came with a medical report that she has mental problem. In the US, it's not until you become wild, maybe you have, how will I call it? Maybe you have emotional problem. You cannot operate very well, you understand? Or you are depressed. In US, it means that you have mental problem. It means that you have mental problem. But in Nigeria, for somebody to receive medical report that you have mental problem, that person must have been a mad man or a mad woman on the streets. Okay? So when she brought that medical report, that's what is using to nail that girl down in the synagogue. You understand? He's sleeping very, the sexual intercourse with Angela and Fanny and other girls that they have received from TB Joshua is more than Evelyn and TB Joshua coming together. So she just wants to use this time in order to pay back, against those people. And it's not fair. It is not them. It is not them. So what I expected Evelyn to have done, I know she suffered. It's her choice. What I expected her to do is to just take care of her children, get whatever she can get. I believe she too, she has money. They must have given her money, and she moved on with her life. But she too, she wants to, become, CEO of the synagogue and punish those people. And punish those people. There's, like Olamide Big that they wrote on that video that she's the most richest, is in this book. Evelyn has told me that one day she went upstairs to Baba. She normally call him Baba. She went upstairs to meet TB Joshua in the dead of the night. She said she stumbled and saw Olamide Big sitting on TB Joshua's lap. She told me, he said that Olamide Big, she's a double-faced. Read it, it's in my book. She said Olamide Big is a pretender. That's the word she used. That Olamide Big. Then I told her that, those children, they don't have father, they don't have, possibly they just need some kind of love and all that. Because I don't want to traumatize her. I don't want to put, more fire on her and say, it is true. That's why, either small or big, with their mother, with their mother and children. I spoke with one man yesterday. Apart from other 3 girls that TB Joshua had sex with and disvirgin them, this man also, he also have 3 daughters the same way. I met one of the daughter, the first daughter. When I entered into the synagogue, the girl should be around 10 or 11 because she was in primary school. She and another girl called Binta Muhammad. That one too, even though she has big body, both of these girls, they sleep over inside TB Joshua's room. They sleep over. Sometimes when you enter, you will see them. They will take what do you call it? Powder. They will be rubbing powder on his body. He will be half naked. So when I entered newly, he normally mixed my name with that girl's name. I am Bisola, the girl is Desola. So he always call Desola. Then one day, Desola told the father that she was leaving. Then after Desola left, Desola 2 junior sister entered. So after I left, I called the man. I said, this is what is going on. He asked the daughter, and the daughter confided in the father and said, one day, TB Joshua said, are you a virgin? She said, yes. He now asked, say, I want to see if you're a virgin. And he pushed her on the bed. You understand? What thing concern Agbero with overload? That's what Nigerians usually say. What's your problem with if somebody is a virgin or not? Look at all those choir girls. Many of them, they have sent their parents away. Like Anu, I don't even know. I've called. Somebody gave me Anu's number. Anu's father. I was there when Anu's father died. Anu's father was attending CCC, Celestial Church. And when Anu's father got sick, they took him to the synagogue. I remember that day, as I'm looking into my system now. We all went outside to see the father in a vehicle. So Anu was telling the father that I've told you that you should stop burning candle. The father was not happy. He said, shut up. Before you were born, I've been burning candle. And I'm here, for prayer. But the man died. So the father died, the mother died. Even Anne, when Anne's mother was terribly sick, nobody attended to her. And the father also died. So where will Anne go now? And Anne's elder brothers, they didn't want Anne to stay there. When Anne finished university at Ogun State, she refused to go for National Youth Service. Even there was a woman, Mrs. We call her Mama Orobo. Because the husband was a director in NYSC, she wanted to use her influence. But because Anne, because of what Tibitosha would say, she said no. So you can imagine the history of these girls. Many abortions. So now somebody will, instead of Evelyn to call them like a mother, and said, come, what do you people want to do? I know you people have been with your father. They call him father, daddy. You have been with him a long time. But whatever you want to do, I will support you. If you are ready to get married, I think you should get married and start family. I will support you. Come and tell me what you want to do. But instead, she started fighting them because she has known that these people, the husband was sleeping with them, and the husband didn't give her all the. When did Evelyn started following them traveling out for crusade? Many of these girls have been traveling, following Fatai to crusades for many years before Evelyn, started going. And I remember there is another crusade in Singapore in 2006 that she followed. Okay? The girls, when I say the girls, I think I've shown you that picture. We were in Fatai's room. Okay? In that picture, we were in Fatai's room. Olamide Big is there. What's her name? Bosse 2 is there. Okay? So when people are in his, in that hotel, Evelyn couldn't get there. She was in her own hotel. Okay, this is the picture. Look at it. This is me. This is Olamide Big. This is Bosse 2 in Fatai's hotel room. Okay, so they will pet him to sleep. They will pet him, rock him to sleep, rub everywhere. Okay, they will rub everywhere. He will even be carrying their hand and be touching everywhere. So whenever he's ready, he will bounce on whoever that is with him. So this is what he has been doing with them. They are very close to him. So for him now to no wonder after he died, I understand that they said they had meeting, and one of them told Evelyn that they are all wives. say they are all wives. And it is, they can be wives in Celestia. There are a lot of wives. All of them will come together and they will arrange what is due to individual. They have become family. You understand? They have become family. But to be winch hunting them, it is not right. But for me, I believe that it could be the hand of God to deliver those people. So please, I will also ask our prayer partners, the watchmen, we should continue to pray for those people so that they can finally come out. They can finally come out of that enclave. They can finally come out of that bondage. Okay, because I see that it's a bondage. Okay, so even the men also. See, when Racine, I coordinated Racine when he came with the group from France. Racine is a Senegalese, but he's been living in France. He married in France. I collected money to give Racine to go to France to divorce his wife and return to Synagogue. I don't know what Fatai saw in him. You know, he always sees something in people that he want them closer. Of course, he wants to hijack their glory. He wants to hijack their blessings. Okay? So there's still many stories to tell. I tell you, there's still many stories to tell. So, and as I said, you know, I didn't start this. I'm not YouTube hustlers. I didn't start this because of Fatai. So I'm not going to end it because Fatai died. This is what I've started since 2008. And when I wrote this book, all the things I wrote there is now playing out now. It's playing out now. Okay, it's playing out now, telling you that I am not lying. There's no reason to lie. Okay, there's no reason to lie. Okay, so there's no reason to lie. All right, so I want to appreciate all of you. I want to appreciate all of you. Okay, I want to appreciate all of you. Who is this Prince Terry Shitu? I have made many people admin in this place. When you see some people, they are getting out of hand. Maybe they are using some language that is not right. Please kindly delete them. You can block them. Okay? So you can block them, please. So don't refer us to another platform. We have, except maybe it's a platform of a former disciples in the synagogue. Okay, any other person, they're just using some mental calculations. All right, so I'm giving you inside story. Even now, some people they gathered together. They went to mountain to be praying for Evelyn. Does she need that? Even she too, she's preparing to go to mountain. These are the people that don't know God. They don't know that God is everywhere. Okay? They don't know. yeah, God love family. He gave us permission to go and multiply. It when some people like Anne has been in the synagogue for like 30 years. You understand? I met Anne inside the synagogue. I met Anu. Yinka met me. You understand? So that's the thing. Look at Chris and Ruth. Somebody was telling story of Chris and Ruth on Facebook this morning. I just laugh. It was Dave who first visited the synagogue, and Dave brought the father, his father Gary, and the mother Fiona Tong. So at that time, somebody visited Fatai from US. Her name is Elizabeth Yaba. She was the one that first suggested partners to TB Joshua. He said, this is how church in US usually make money. Even if each family is donating $1, if you have 1 million followers, that is $1 million. Then how will synagogue be collecting this money? At that time it was still raw at a raw level. So it was Mr. Gary who came to help him by opening PayPal. At that time until now, that is why we're not running PayPal. You understand? And we don't want to be a criminal using some people. Okay, so it was Gary who helped the synagogue to open PayPal to be collecting money. All right. So then after he started doing that, money started going in. Then he now brought his sister, Chloe. He brought his sister, Chloe. After Chloe, Chris joined them. Then it was Ruth who joined them last. At that time, the mother had to bring Ruth because they say Ruth usually go to club houses. Even if you see the way Ruth usually dress up. Then at a time, Dave called the parents and said TB Joshua slept with his wife. Because the parents are in charge of money and they are getting returns, they didn't believe, or they may believe him, but they didn't want to leave TB Joshua. So Dave left and Angie left. Then Chloe followed them. Then left with Chris and Ruth. Okay? So that was the reason when TB Joshua died, Mr. Gary started speaking out. Okay? Because they started speaking out. They started speaking out. But now, Evelyn has joined with some Nigerian bigwigs like Dele Momodu, like Fani Kayode, like Oni of Ife wife. We are not afraid to mention your name. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Okay? I'm not afraid of you. And many others like Inda Boski, like, all these charlatans in churches. So they are the one pushing. Please, there are a lot of people on this platform. Please like, share. Share. If you don't want to share to other people's group, share to your own page so that people can know the truth. Give it thumb up. It's yesterday, I think yesterday, that YouTube started giving me adverts. I know some people will say something, It's yesterday they started giving adverts. So I can use that advert money to pay for StreamYard, because what I'm beaming from, it's a StreamYard. I'm paying every month, $25 every month. And also my blog, evangelistb.com, I also release some resources through there. I pay my hosting. Okay, I pay my hosting. So that's the thing. So this Samuel, let's block him so that he can allow us to concentrate. All right, so that he will not allow other people. Thank you very much. Thank you. Someone is saying thank you. Okay, so these are the things we are talking about. These are the things we're talking about. See, on Sunday, throughout last week, I had very busy schedule. So on Sunday, my usual program, but I was tired. So after I finished my video that I wanted to present to you, after I finished my video that I'm on broadcast, I will call you when I'm done. So after I finished my video, okay, I said, let me have a nap. So I went in around 9. It was around 12 when one guy called Shegun, he can bear me witness, because when he called me, I was disoriented, because the way he called me, the dream I had about synagogue. Please, if you love your life, stay away from there. If you love your family, tell them to stay away. You remember they said they saw a dead body of a Thailand man. It's not the disciples who killed the man. Evelyn is just lying. They just want to hang those people. It's the things they are buried inside the synagogue that is, fighting. Okay? That time, the man will not be the first person that would die there. If it were the time TB Joshua was alive, nobody would know. They would know how they package their bodies and know how they throw it. Either you are Nigerian or wherever you come from. They will just see that in your house, in your country, they can't trace you. Even there was somebody who wrote me that somebody from South Africa say their kinsman visited the synagogue, but they didn't see the person till tomorrow. So if TB Joshua was alive, that's his nephew that they caught. They would not have caught. He will bribe them. These are the things that, he has done all his lifetime. Okay? So it's not those people. It's not those people. They know nothing about it. They just want to lie on them. And the path that Evelyn is taking is wrong. Is wrong. Is wrong. And, I can't believe that it's our children also, supporting her. These are the children that were the disciples that brought them up. Anytime they visit the synagogue, they don't stay with their mother. It's the disciples they stay with. Even there was a time, TB Joshua was a liar. He was saying it in disciples' meeting that his children will not go to school, that they also will be disciples like other disciples. Okay? That they will not go to school. I'm sure they can bear me witness. They said they will not go to school. That immediately Sarah finished her primary education, she will join the disciple. After she finished primary education, she joined British school. in Lome. It were disciples that usually go to visit her every two weeks. I've been there in her school before. Mostly Kemi, Yinka, and twins, Taye and Kehinde. They always rotate it. They go and visit her. So if they offend those people, you know, I'm not part of them now, but I'm just saying, if they offend them, you know, they too, they have their own God. Okay? So please, I don't know, those people, they should just go and get lawyer. They should just go and get lawyer. They should get, it's just Nigeria the way Nigeria are. People don't want to move, you know, they don't want to, you know. Maybe I will, if they are willing, okay, because me, I hate injustice. And that is what our foundation stands on. We stand against injustice. It's in our aims and objectives. Okay? So we have CAC documents. I think I've brought it on the platform before. You know, we have CAC document. We have EFCC document. Okay? Because we know that by the time we start operating, some people, they may want to challenge us. So we have trustees. We have trustees, board of trustees. So that's the thing. So somebody from Kenya was telling me that she has no money, she has no this, she has no that. I said, that is exactly what I'm saying. If you start if you replicate our foundation there, I cannot send money from Nigeria to Kenya but if you have a foundation there, you will manage your foundation, and you know, we will use the money, the funds, to help your people. So that's what the foundation is all about. Okay, that's what it's all about. And September is here now. You know, our foundation usually take time by September. There are some children, they are street children, okay? So possibly because their parents don't have money to send them to school, or because maybe they don't believe in school. So we usually take them and return them to school. This is what we can contribute to humanity. I remember the first time I received some money from Amazon. That's the first thing I did. That money, I gave it to that brother in Abuja. I didn't even see those children. Maybe Brother Okwe is on the platform now. I just gave it to him. I don't know the children. I don't need to know them. Okay, I believe by the time they finish their education, they will help their family and themselves. You understand? So we should contribute into people's life, all right? And because we contribute to their life, we must not take them as slaves. You understand? We shouldn't take them as slaves. So I want to appreciate you. We're going 2 hours. And they have said that we should stop elongating our program. All right? But nevertheless, we have made it this time. And I pray that God will continue to be with us. All right? Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
That's why I love you forevermore. I want more of you.
Thank you very much.
I want more of you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Jesus, all of
the
you.
husband and they are coming on the wife. Is it we coming on the wife? Sorry, let me just stop this a little bit. Is it we coming on the wife? Is the wife coming on herself? Isn't it? Is the wife coming on herself?
Draw me to your presence, exalted one.
She came out, she said she wants to be something, she wants to continue.
Exalted one.
That's why we're talking about it. It's not that we are.
Call me by your name.
She knows what her husband
I'm humbled at your feet, exalted one.
Bella, sorry for you. Sorry for you, Bella.
Enter into the rock and hide in the doors. Create in us a holy dwelling place.
Ourselves.
For the